All right, I started it.
So who is are the players involved?
Yeah. So, let me take that out real quick, that page, so
Hmm.
that we are on the same page. So, just a very moment. I know we just like
No, no, you're
drifted
fine.
away. Am I still visible to you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. That's perfect then. All right. So, the very first question that we're gonna go for is the summary and assessment.
Hmm.
Who is or are the players involved? What is the issue or problem slash challenge faced by the firm or protagonist? Who or what is responsible for the crisis faced by the firm or protagonist? So you want
So
to go ahead with that?
yeah. So the players involved are going to be Taco Bell slash Yum Brands.
Hmm.
A part of that is going to be Nira. Excuse me for the pronunciation. It's Niran Chundry, the managing director of Yum Restaurants India, who's
Uh-huh.
leading the ground in India. And then the target market is the Indian youth 18 to 24, including college students and young professionals. The issue is that when they first opened up, there was a lot of foot traffic, but after one visit, there was a lot of decline of foot traffic. So they had a really big, successful launch because people wanted to know like what's Taco Bell about. But after that, people weren't really interested because it didn't really suit the market, so to speak, if that makes sense. So the crisis pretty much is that the global brand was kind of mismatched with the local consumer brand. And the initial menu wasn't really what people were looking for. Like if you read the case study, you would see people were complaining about like the portion sizes and the prices and whatnot.
Yeah. For me, if I start with the summary, I'll say like the main players here are Taco Bell, operating under Yum Restaurants, India, and their managing director, who was trying to expand after opening four outlets in Bangalore about 2013, I guess. The core problem was that even though Taco Bell had record-breaking launch in 2010, foot traffic started declining pretty quickly, and the novelty wore off, and they couldn't get customers to come back consistently. So the crisis is really on Taco Bell's side. They didn't do enough to
Hmm.
drive repeat visits and long-term loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then for the second part, for the analysis, what factors make a quick service or QCR successful in India, and how well did Taco Bell manage them?
Hmm.
Um, for that, things that makes like a quick service restaurant successful in India is having like 60% of India is vegetarian for cultural or religious reasons. So you want to have something that will appeal to the mass group of people who
Yeah.
are vegetarian. People want something that's cheap. If it's going to be fast food, it needs to be affordable for students to purchase regularly and not just for special occasions. And then the third thing is like you want the youth appeal, the atmosphere. A lot of people in India are living in a multi-family home. There's always a lot of people at home, so it's to give people the space to go to a third space and to be maybe be away from their family and to be able to meet their friends in like a little bit more of like a private setting, a little bit more calmer. And Taco Bell did manage those indicators well for the most part. They
Mhm.
did have the menu be 60% localized and vegetarian, but they struggled with the value when they introduced local cuisines. They struggled to maintain something that was ultra low because they had so many varying price points. It was a little bit confusing for their target audience.
Yeah, even like I got kind of pretty similar points to mine. So for me it was like as per me like for any QSR to succeed in India, you need to
Hmm.
nail like a few things like price sensitivity, menu localization, smart location choices, and cultural fit. So
Hmm.
Taco Bell did some really good things like really well. So like the pricing between 18 to 79 rupees made them the cheapest international chain there. And choosing Bangalore was smart enough because it's basically India's Silicon Valley.
Hmm.
Young demographic and median age of 24, a lot of IT professionals. But where they fell short was localization. Indians traditionally eat food components separately, not wrapped in a tortilla. So that was a barrier. And their vegetarian menu additions helped, but they weren't enough to bring people back repeatedly.
Yeah,
So that's for me.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
The next question is, what would you recommend to the firm slash protagonist to achieve success in the Indian market? So I would say, definitely, what I put in my paper was to clarify pricing, the pricing differences too. There was too much variance of that, and then making teaching the consumers like when to eat and how to eat a new food. Also, I know some people in the reviews mentioned that some of the food was bland, and India is a place where they have a lot of bold, like, Christopher Columbus was trying to get to India to get spices. So India is known for very bold, authentic spices with
Mhm.
vast amount of flavors. There's no need to have bland food. So you can have something that is, you know, very like bold because obviously they
Mhm.
can handle it. So, take something like that and, remix it, make it different that people want to try it, that it's not what they can just get at home because there's no need for you to compete with the local food when you can just step 2 feet away and get it way better at a different price, like a way lower price. So bring
Yeah.
something new and not like something that they can't get somewhere else.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree with you. That was a really good point that you made. So for the recommendation for me was based on localization. So for me, it goes like I think Taco Bell needs to go deeper on localization without
Hmm.
losing their identity. Think paneer fillings, masala, spiced options, stuff that feels familiar to Indian customers. And like they should also build out a real loyalty program because like free Pepsi refills showed that incentives work. Just formalize it and lean heavily into like social media and cultural moments like IPL cricket and festivals to stay relevant year round, not just at the launch. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Right.
it.
And then the last question is the application. How might the oh, okay, you're fine. How might the lessons learned from this case apply in other situations slash companies slash industries? What lessons from your week's readings apply to this case? So I think in my paper I said if if Starbucks was to enter in, say, the Italy market, they wouldn't want to have like sugary frappuccinos where Italy is such a coffee forward brand where they have espresso every day and they're used to just like the bold flavor espresso. Promoting frappuccinos wouldn't really make sense. Maybe promoting the traditional affogato in the country where it's from would make more sense than to promote a frappuccino. In that same place, we learned about the globalization dilemma in where when brands come to different countries, it's really important that they're not trying to copy and paste their business model. They need to fit their cultural context with like subtlety as
Mhm.
well. So like for example, McDonald's is known all over the world that you can go to McDonald's and pretty much get like a hamburger, but you can also get something that's really customized to the culture. Like in Japan, you can get fries in a shake bag, and that's something that's really customized to that region. And the different like wherever you go, like, oh, I want to go to like the McDonald's in the United Kingdom, and you can get something that's from like that area, but you can also still get the traditional American McDonald's experience from that menu as well.
Yeah. So for me, the big takeaway that applies beyond just Taco Bell is that like strong market entry doesn't just guarantee long-term success. That
Hmm.
novelty-driven initial spike is dangerous because it masks whether you have actually built royalty. And this connects directly to what we have been covering in the class around the four P's and cultural consumer behavior. So, any global brand entering an emerging market needs to treat localization as a core strategy, like not just like an afterthought. So, overall, I feel like Taco Bell has a strong foundation in India. The market is huge, young, and growing, but they need to shift from acquisition mode to retention mode to really succeed long term. So, that's basically my take on that case.
Right, sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So, are we left with anything else?
I no, I got my yeah, I'm all good. So when you can stop if you see the recording button, you can stop recording
Yeah.
and then it will